Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Daily Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Alright, already shuffled. Let's see what we have. Those all seem to fit too, so... That's an interesting... oh boy, we'll see how that turns out. Now, I'm noticing with your energy, it seems like it goes pretty steady across. This is Cancer, definitely. The other side is, like, the other side you're dealing with is a little bit off center here a little bit. I don't know what's going on here, but we'll find out. Because what I'm getting from you, this is a relationship that means a lot to you. Now, and I always say this with these general readings especially, this could denote literally a romantic relationship, yes, but it could also, especially in the general ones, and notice, like, it could be a very close relationship, like a family member, a close friend, even like a coworker that you seem to be on point with and, you know, watch each other's back, even if you're not hanging out every weekend or, you know, hanging out outside of work, should I say. If you have one of those work relationships where you're very respectful of each other, you look out for each other, you give each other a heads up, could be one of those relationships, just so you know. Because this is a very important relationship to you. Now, when you're coming into this, you're good, everybody's happy, you're very much on the level, everything seems to be working out. Now, the other side is coming in a little skewed. They got the Justice card kind of pushing it in a weird way. Because I feel like something feels a little amiss here. Almost like they feel like something isn't going right. And it's not something with you. It's something they're dealing with. Like, I feel like either they're under the... I don't want to say they're under the weather, but it feels like emotionally they're not in a good place. Let's put it that way. Emotionally, they're not in a good place. They're upset about something. It's not you. It has nothing to do with you. But something is throwing them off. And they're not in a good place emotionally is what I'm getting. And what I'm getting here is while they're in this place, this emotional disruption... They got the King of Swords. Like, I feel like they're coming off as very combative. And I feel like they're coming off very combative, actually. With the King of Swords, I wasn't expecting that to happen, but I feel like they're unhappy. I feel like something isn't right. Something's not going right for them, because Justice comes in like on its side like that. Like, they need to fix something in their own lives. Something is going wrong in their own lives that they need to fix. And they have a lot of pent-up frustration, and I feel like that's coming towards you. Okay. Now, when I'm feeling this come towards you, I feel like your reaction to this is just to step back. I feel like you're realizing that they're going through something, and you're letting them do that. I feel you just stepping back, I gotta be honest. I don't feel you coming forward. But when I see this Three of Wands, I don't feel like you're just moving away from this person permanently. I just feel like you're kind of like finding something to take you away from the situation, just to give them a moment to cool down. Because I feel like it's just coming at you so strongly that it doesn't feel like there's much you can do, so you're just kind of backing off and letting them cool off and just kind of walking away for right now, temporarily, just to give them a second. Because what I'm getting is going on while you're doing that is that I do see them addressing what's really going on, because whatever the problem is, I don't feel like it's you. I don't feel like it's even something you could solve. I don't think it's something they want to really talk out. I just feel like they're frustrated. So you backing off gets them to work this out. Whatever the actual problem is, they're working that out on their own. Now, while that's happening, I feel like they're very well aware about a misstep they made with you or something that went wrong. And I'm getting like the Four of Pentacles with the healing. I don't feel like they're coming towards you. But I'm getting that Four of Pentacles with the healing, and I'm getting the Queen of Cups below it. Don't get caught up in the gender with these cards, of course, which I should have said with the King too, but don't get caught up with the gender of these cards. They're just explaining what's going on. But with the Queen of Cups, I feel like this person is holding back their emotions. They're not talking, but I feel like they're kind of they're bothered by the situation. They know that you've kind of pulled back for a moment, and I feel like they're missing your energy around them. They have the Four of Pentacles, but I feel like there's a little bit of a stubborn energy. They're kind of thinking about it, and they need to kind of overcome the situation. But I feel like they're kind of healing on their own. They're still healing the situation that's going wrong. It's really not something you're a part of, though. But I feel like they did come at you in a very aggressive way, which caused you to back off. And I feel like they're aware that that's what happened. Now, they seem to be just holding off to themselves. I don't feel them coming towards you. I feel like you are getting a little bit antsy with the situation. And you've held back for a while, but you're also missing them a little bit. So I feel you coming back towards them with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like you're talking this out. I feel like you're bringing forward what happened. I feel like it bothered you. And I feel like you're trying to figure out, like, is there a problem here? Like, are we fine? Like, are you dealing with that? Whatever the issue is, like, do you actually have a problem? I feel like you're actually even coming forward, like, do you have a problem with me? Is there something going on? And I feel like there's like a low-level talk here. I feel like it's just like a surface-level talk. I don't feel like they're divulging exactly what's going on and how upset they are about what they're actually dealing with. I feel like they just want to correct the friendship or the relationship they have with you, whether it could be a spouse thing, it could be, but if it's like one of those other relationships I said, they're just trying to bring the relationship back to its normal keel. They don't really want to get into what they're going through. They just don't seem to want to. But I feel you bringing it forward and trying to explain, like, this is what happened, like, are we good? And just, like, trying to get, like, level ground, and they're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry about that. I should have done that. I didn't mean to do that. I feel like it's kind of being treated as like water under the bridge. I feel like you guys are trying to move on from it. Both you and this person are trying to move on from it. And I'm getting the Fool card here, just kind of like trying to glaze it over and trying to move on from it. I do feel like the situation goes back to its normal level, but there's things going on below this. There's things going on below the situation. The Romance card on the top is telling me the normal situation, like the way you treat each other, it's going back to the norm. On the outside, everything is fine. But what's below this is the Devil card and the Five of Cups. I feel like there's a problem here. I feel like whatever this other person is going through, they really should be sharing it with you because it's a heavy situation for them. I feel like they're going through loss, and they're feeling like they're partly to blame for that. Something's going really wrong. They're not happy about it. They're feeling like they're losing something, and they're feeling like they're partly to blame for that. They're having a hard time with the situation, which I feel is why they're not bringing it forward to you, because they don't want you to see them in a negative light. But in truth, the way this relationship really is, I feel like they should be talking this out with you so they can heal from it, and they could actually maybe make some corrections if they're really having a hard time, or if they are making missteps, now's the time to make corrections to this. I feel like even though things are okay on the surface level, I feel like the Fool is here. The Fool is here saying that this is not the truth. The things are not good. They're okay with you, but they don't want you to see them in a negative light. I feel like they're doing things... I feel like they're going through things that are really hard for them, but they're feeling like they've made some mistakes, and they're not bringing it forward. They're feeling like there's loss here. They really need to talk with you about this, but it's finding that environment to get this to come forward that would make the difference. I feel like that's the whole point of this reading, actually, for you to know, even though things are okay on the surface level, I feel like you're intuitive enough to realize that it's really not, because you're going to feel a little off about it. I feel like they need to come forward with the truth about what they're going through so that they could heal from it and actually possibly make changes, because just by talking with you and trusting you to have that honest voice, they can maybe work this out and find a better way to handle what they're dealing with. So I feel like I feel like your intuition's going to be telling you at this point, yes, it seems okay on the surface level, but something isn't right below. And I feel like you might have to dig a little deeper. And I feel like this, especially with the level of this relationship, I feel like to you it's worth it to dig deeper to find out what's really happening here to help the person that you care about, make better changes, make better choices, hopefully. All right. I think we got there. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.